nothing but fishing thing.
So you were joining me on the bank of Little Shearwater once again, this time for a 24-hour session. I'm really looking forward to this one because firstly I haven't done a night session since last summer, and secondly I've never really caught much out of this place. I've had the one, but the ones that have come out I've seen, like Andy and Jason have been real beautiful fish, quite dark mirrors, all mint condition. So I know that if I do pick up a few, they may only be small, but I know they're going to be stunners. As you may have saw on Facebook, I've been given one of these things. This is a deeper fish finder, and you cast this out, and via Bluetooth it pairs up with your phone or tablet and gives you information on depth, what the bottom's like, and also pings back if it finds any fish. And the first thing I found quite clearly was that there's a lot of fish hanging around mid-water. I've done a scout around in front of me. The average depth is about 6.8 foot. So just under 7. The deepest I found was 7, the shallowest out there was 6, so it's around 6-7 foot everywhere. And all the fish were hanging almost exactly in the middle, about 3 foot. It was pinging back to me 3 foot, 3.8 foot, 2.8 foot, this sort of thing. So I've got a zig out on the left rod. I haven't actually had anything on it, but that's where I saw a lot of fish. Right, as it's pretty much stopped raining, I thought I'd quickly show you this thing. Like I said, it's a fish finder, well, echo sounder, sort of, it picks up the depth, what's on the bottom, whether it's like weed, silt or hard bottom sort of thing. And it transmits back to my phone. So if I just try and turn this on, I'll try and show you on the phone as well. Flick my Bluetooth on. That thing doesn't turn on until it's in the water, so put it in the water. Go onto the app. It's an app you download on the store for free. There we go. Right, it's telling me that it's 3.4 foot and a solid bottom there. I do know it shelves off quite quickly to about 6 foot. I'll just cast it out. Now earlier I was casting over to this snag over there, and it was picking up fish. It's quite a solid bottom, a few patches of weed. I put some bait in there about 20 minutes ago, maybe half an hour ago. So it'll be interesting to see if the fish are still there and if there's more and if they're on the bottom, but before some of them were up in the water. It tells you roughly the sort of size. It tends to be like a cloud. If you imagine a fish finder, when you go over a cloud of bait fish, it comes up as like a swarm. So it kind of does that. So it could be a load of smaller fish or it could be a bigger fish, but fish feeding gets more fish feeding. So that's where I spotted. I'm just going to flick it out there. Now it's about 4 ounces, I think they said it is, 4 ounces, so it's quite a weight cast. Right, it's only 2.5 feet right there, that's right next to a snag. 3.5, and it's quite weedy. There we go, I've pinged the fish. And again, just bring it back to where I put the bait in. Right, so where I put the bait in is where I've left it now. 5.7 foot with where it is right now. It's just pinged a fish at 1.8 foot off the bottom. See if I can show you this. If you can focus, I forgot some minding. There we are. Right, so that's the screen you get. And it's only 5.7 foot, so it's not very deep. And as you can see, it's a fairly firm bottom with a very light coating of weed. So I know it's a pretty clear bottom over there. And it's, like I said, 5.7 feet. There we are, I've just pinged another fish. So it does show you, and another one. That one's a bit lower down. And another one. So it's quite accurate, and it's a bit of fun, and also I know some people are going to probably think this is cheating, but then again, there's a lot of different methods you can use in fishing nowadays, and this is just one of them. So I don't know, it can help you. It could really make fishing a bit quicker, especially like here. I don't know a lot about this lake. I've only fished it a couple of times in the winter when, well, we just came up for the day and we had a couple of fish. Our first session up here we had a few, but this time I just thought trying this, it's already told me a lot more about the lake than I knew, so it's quite interesting, and I think it's quite nifty, and I'm sure I'll be using it quite a bit more. So like I said, I found a few spots, and that spot earlier had some fish in, it still does, so I might put a rod over there later. Other than that, like I said, fishing's a bit slow at the moment. I've seen one carp for definite, right at the other end, completely boshed out, and it sounded like quite a decent size actually. And I looked out and it was quite a big splash as well. So I'll keep an eye on it. If the fish are predominantly up the other end in the weed, then obviously I'll move up there. But I'm feeling right where I am. There's still a lot of activity, a lot more than when it was in the winter. So yeah, we'll see how fishing goes. Bring this back in. It's coming up 5 o'clock, so I've been here a good few hours now. Mainly just getting the feel for the place. We're getting the feel for where I'm putting the rods and things, so hopefully it'll kick off towards the evening. And we might have some in the night as well, so never know. I'm just looking forward to having a good 24 hours on the bank. Let's see how it goes. So the temperature is starting to drop a bit now. I know it's meant to get down to only 7 or 8 degrees, maybe less than that tonight, so it's not going to be the warmest, and tomorrow is meant to be bright and sunny, but again only feeding tops of 10 degrees, so it's not a very warm one. Really enjoying being on the bank and knowing that I don't have to pack up now. I'm here until tomorrow, so I'm just sat here drinking me cider, watching kingfishers and herons and all sorts, and just, I'm the only one on the lake, so it's really peaceful down here, and just and that's the main thing about fishing, isn't it, really? Just enjoying yourself and having a bit of relaxation. So hopefully the relaxation will be shattered with the sound of a bite alarm screaming off, but that's we can always hope. We'll see. But yeah, I'm feeling good for the evening, and it's just coming up, yeah, it's 20 to 6, so I'll probably get tea on fairly soon. Standard chili con carne, that's my overnight meal. I accidentally picked up 2 cans. I thought I picked up a chili as well, curry. So I got chili today and chili tomorrow. Brilliant. Never mind. Come on, we need a vlog with a fish in now, don't we? Come on, fishies. Right, well this is quite good. I just wound in the right rod because I saw a few sort of bow waves and a few swirls coming from down this margin. So I wound it in and I had a walk along here. I'll just turn the camera around. Just in here, under all these trees, I had a walk along. I'll probably do it again now actually. I just flicked the bait under this bush. Just about managed to. From there, I side cast it just under. Go along here. Came here and there was fish all around here. I didn't realise at the time until they were swirled, but I've now got a bait probably just in here, so hopefully once the fish are confident again and I haven't spooked them off, they'll come back in. I put a few free offerings around and my bait's just in there, so go back to the rods which are over there. Ooh, excuse all the snivels, still recovering from man flu. So yeah, like I said, I must have spooked good 6, 7, 8 fish that were down there. So I just walked along just to have a look, and sure enough there's fish in there. So there's no fish showing anywhere else either. I mean, earlier, a couple of hours ago, I had a fish roll the other end of the lake. Other than that, a few bubbles here and there. I did actually have some bubbles over my left rod at one point, which is in the margin. But that was the first sign of any fish, and it seemed like there's a lot of fish holding up in there. I mean, it could be pike, because I have seen quite a bit of pike activity down there, but at the same time, to spook 6, 7, 8 fish, I doubt pike hold up together like carp do, so hopefully that's a good sign. There's some fish in there. I've just flicked that rod down there. Like I said, it's a stiff hinge, so I know it's quite silty down there and weedy. It's all below the trees, so hopefully that will sit nicely above it. A little white pop up. We'll see if we can have something on that rod. So yeah, still no fish, but it's 6:30, and I'm feeling good now. I've actually seen some fish down there, so I'll leave that rod there for now. It's not going to be an easy cast in the night if I have something, because it's literally a side cast under a tree. So it might just be a case of getting it close to the tree by walking along, but we'll see. Fingers crossed we'll have something, but I think it's nearly time to get some food on because I'm hungry. Hopefully be interrupted by a fish though. So unless I have something in the night, which fingers crossed we will, you won't see me till the morning, so hopefully we'll have something. I've just baited up, right rod I've put out probably another 40 boilies or so, quite a few catapultfuls, and left rod same again, and actually a little bit of pellet, so hopefully it won't draw the bream in, it'll draw the carp in and get them rummaging around for a few different bits of food. Hopefully we'll have something in the night or the morning, so don't want to blank on the 24, not my first 24 of the year. Morning. Pretty uneventful night, as you can see. I had a run at about 5 to 4 on the left rod, but I'm pretty sure it's a bream. Goes kingfisher. Pretty sure it's a bream. It managed to get itself into the little bush just to the left of me, because when I struck it the rod bent right round. I had to pull it a bit and it just came free. But the bite itself was typical of a bream. Backed up by the fact that about 10-15 minutes ago I had another run on the same rod, and sure enough it was a bream, exactly the same sort of take. So no carp unfortunately, but we got the rest of the day pretty much until the afternoon to try and catch one. Rods are back where they were. The right rod's just been out there since yesterday evening, so I'm probably going to try and get a bit more sleep first, and then I'll be up and sorting out the rods. So hopefully we'll have a carp today, and I can't be dealing with any more bream. That was quite a nice surprise. Like I said yesterday, well I don't know if I said on camera actually, I saw a deer yesterday evening coming down to the lake, and I spooked it off because I didn't realise it was there. I came up my bivvy, it stared straight at me and went back into the trees. Same again this morning, we just looked at each other and he saw me, but this time he didn't spook off, so I quickly grabbed the camera and got the better lens on, and we got a bit of footage of him. So that's pretty nice. Nice morning. I wound in the right rod, which has done nothing, and I've changed it over to a jolly setup now with a little pink pop up. I just got to balance the bait, and then I'm probably going to clip up to the far tree line or something. So that's this morning's approach. Left rod is still out from when I recast after that bream this morning, so I'll probably have to recast him as well. But I'm just basically this morning just watching the water and seeing where all the fish are. I know that a few fish showed yesterday at the other end. I haven't heard anything today, not a single fish is shown other than pike. which have all been down in this margin. So if I was pike fishing, I'm sure I'd have had something, but other than that, nothing's coming out. So fingers crossed this jolly will pay off. Right then, so as you saw, I cast the right rod just off this, oh, my big finger's in the way, but right where that snag is, it's just to the left of that, and I've got some bait around that as well. Nothing on that one yet. But also, if you remember when we came in the winter, Andy had quite a few, just down on the bank. If I pan round to there. Oh, wonky tripod, but never mind. That's where he was casting to, and he had quite a few, and I've managed to cast one literally about a couple of feet off that bush. It was probably my second cast before I'd even clipped up, and it went absolutely perfect, so I've left that there. And that's just a single coconut pop-up on a choddy, naked chod, left there, and the right rod's also on a choddy, like I said, but that's a pink boilie. So we'll see what works. The sun keeps coming in and out. I've put a few dog biscuits out, see if I can get them on the top. But I don't think that's going to happen because it is still a bit chilly, but we'll see. Still having nothing on the bottom rods. I had a pretty savage liner on the right rod about an hour ago. It's just gone 12 actually, so I've only got about 3 hours left. And I've been flicking out dog biscuits the last half an hour or so, and I've just about managed to get a few feeding off the top. I mean, they are small, they're tiny, but they're real dark looking fish. And carp's a carp. I knew they aren't massive in here, but they're all stunners, so I'm just going to get them feeding more confidently. There's only about one or two taking one every now and then. I'm going to keep on feeding biscuits until they're feeding a bit more confidently, and flick the surface rod out, and hopefully we can pick one off. Well, I'm coming towards the end of the session. The last few hours I've been trying non-stop to get them feeding on the surface and take my bait. They're very, very small fish out there, mind, but a few nicer ones out there as well, and ever so finicky on taking the bait. They weren't really feeding confidently, and the weather isn't perfect for it, although it was flat calm a lot of the time. It's just not quite warm enough and bright enough, to be honest. I mean, if I had them up on the surface and then the weather came like this, it'd probably be fine, but trying to get them up to start with weather like this is a bit more difficult. But yeah, like I said, I've been trying hardest on that, nothing on the bottom rods. So it's looking like it's going to be a blank, although I've had my last few sessions I've been catching. It looks like I've got another blank to add to the yearly tally. Here we go then, better late than never. I've got about an hour left of fishing, and the right rod, which was a choddy over to the far margin, just by a snag, has gone off, and he's bristling right up, so I've got to try and be careful with him. But this is the reason I came here. Come on, mate. He's an angry little fish. Stay calm. Because look at that absolutely stunning old mirror. Apparently these fish are up to 20 years old, possibly even more than that. But that is the reason I came, because they are absolutely stunning mirrors. It's commons in as well, and ghosties, but happy days. Like I said, I was trying to fish from on the surface, and the right rod peeled off, and I think this is only about my second ever fish on a choddy, so I am made up with that. Got some pictures already, so I just slip them back. Third time lucky. I had one end log about an hour and a half ago when I was blanking. I've since had a fish, so I did another one. Didn't turn the bloody mic on. Right, so third time lucky. We've come to the end of the session. Ben should be here, well, pretty soon actually. He's giving me a lift back today. And as you saw, I had that one fish after about 24 hours into the session. It just shows that it pays off to stick it out till the very end. And the right hand rod choddy over to the far snag, peeled off. I was right next to the rod, clutched quite tight because obvious by a snag. Hit into the alarm, so I struck into it and just walked back about 15 foot because it got straight under the trees opposite. And so I walked back and it came out and came straight towards me actually, so I was winding quite quick. Until it got into the margin and fought like an absolute demon and tangled up into my other rod. So eventually got it in, and absolutely beautiful fish. Another one to collection. I've had 2 carp out of here now, and both of them have been absolutely beautiful mirrors, quite dark and lovely scales on them. And that's the reason I came. Like, I'm happy with the one fish because they are beautiful, beautiful fish in here. I tried constantly with the surface. I'm still flicking out biscuits now, just in the hope that the last sort of 10-15 minutes I might be able to get one. But I'm happy without, because that's a beautiful fish. And also yesterday I showed you the deeper echo sounder, castable sounder. I hope that was informative enough for some of you, because a lot of you were interested in it. Try and get some of that fluff out the lens. A lot of you were interested in that, so I just gave you an insight on how that works. Very, very split opinions on Facebook, as with a lot of things in fishing. It's all down to personal preference, and I can understand that. I can respect everyone's views. So it's my best description of it is a digital marker rod called Kingfisher again. That's another thing I've loved about this place, is kingfishers constantly up and down. Next time I'll have to bring a decent lens and try and get some good pictures of them. Yeah, the fish finder is basically a digital marker rod, just without going onto the bottom. It just goes along the top. So I think it's got its time and a place, but again, it's all down to personal preference. So if people don't like it, then don't use one. If people do like it, then get one. It does exactly how it's advertised, and I thought it was pretty handy. I didn't actually catch the fish where I'd found spots. I fished to where I caught one before. So yeah, I think it's got time and a place. It's up to you. Leave a comment below or add me on Facebook, and there's a discussion on there. So I'd like to know your opinions on it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Add me on Facebook and Instagram, Nuffinbutfishing, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers for watching, guys.